master of emotional intelligence. What's that about? He'll tell you a little bit more in his speech right now. Robert.
Okay, we made it to number 6. Emotional management of others. That is about our ability to influence other people's emotions. And how do we do that? One of the ways we address that is by creating a safe environment. Creating a safe environment is very important that will allow us to manage other people's emotions. We do that, I do that often because I teach, and managing the emotions of my students in that environment is very important. Something that I always tell my students is what you have to say is more important than what I have to say. Why I tell them that? Because I want them to feel important. I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel that they can participate. At a college level, participation is extremely important. Their ability to express themselves. Because eventually they will be leaders. Excuse me. And therefore, it's very important that they start doing a little bit of public speaking, that they stand up, they express whatever it is that they want to express, and they slowly build the confidence to do that. So that is one of the points that is very important. Another one is the ability to motivate and help other people seeing things in a different way. So, let me explain. Here, this is a good example. There was a time where a fellow professor would always come into our faculty room and would always be complaining. My student this, my student that, can you believe they did this time? I mean, strongly complaining about the students all the time. And I thought, this is no good. First of all, I didn't like to hear it. And second, I was just bringing a negative presence to the entire room. So one day I told him, you really care about your students, don't you? And for a moment he thought I was sarcastic, nasty, and I got kind of defensive. And then I said, no, I'm serious. I mean, if you don't care, you come in, you teach, you go home, and you get out of here, right? That is people, usually professors, they don't care. They don't spend their energies complaining. They just go in, they do their job, they go home, close, no problem. But every time, and you're bringing reasons, I mean, to me, that shows me that you care. So I helped him shift his emotions, look at them from a different perspective. And he says, oh, really? Yeah, I guess I do care, he says. And he went back to teach another class. And I met him again a little bit later, and he said, you know, I had the best class ever. And what happened? Oh, the students were great, and this and that, and so on. And thank you for telling me what you did tell me, because it helped me shift my emotions. And still today, I meet him, and he's really a changed person. Honestly, he's so positive. And he told me how he changed his perspective and how that helped him in his life. Cool stuff. Another way to help people is in managing their emotions, is to help them identify more effective ways to handle situations. Different ways of even looking at themselves. Actually, I have a very recent example. This happened last night. I was teaching my last class. This is a graduate class in organizational leadership. And they were giving their final presentations. They have a project and they present it. Small class, 8 students. And one student was presenting, and the project is about a life plan, a leadership plan. So she was talking about how she needed to develop presentation skills because she was no good. Because she was no good. And she kept on telling people how she needed to improve because she was no good. And I asked her, excuse me, what are you doing right now? and you're doing it pretty well. And I asked the rest of the class, how do you think she's doing everything? But yeah, she's doing well. And she was, oh yeah, I guess I am doing it. Yes, and again, you're doing it well. So the point here is that she couldn't see herself. But we can help other people and manage their emotions and see themselves differently just when we just help them shift a little bit their perception, look inside, look at different ways to address a particular situation. So create the right environment, help people see things from a different perspective, find more effective ways to address situations. These are the key points that are really, really important in helping people managing their emotions. One last thing that is extremely important. We attract what we emanate. This is the law of attraction. So, if we are emanating positive emotions, we will elicit positive emotions from other people. If we emanate negative or critical emotions, more likely than not, we will emanate critical emotions, negative emotions from others. So that is what it's all about, how we manage other people's emotions. Mr. Toastmasters, thank you very much.